Hello students, class 9 section A and B. So students, today we are going to start our chapter 1 and it is computer system. In this chapter we will read regarding about the processing, how processing is done in computer and types of computer. Okay, let's start. So this is for class 9th, So our first definition is what is computer, right? So a computer is an electronic device that can perform variety of operations according to a set of instruction called program. So that means our computer, obviously our computer is an electronic device, we all know, and whatever action we perform on our computer, it is just because of software, and software basically it is what? Program. Right now at present I am teaching you with the help of some software only, some program only. So computer will be able to work with the help of software or program, right? Your mobile will be able to work if software or program is installed, right? So same thing is here, but the first and the main thing is it is an electronic device, right? And the second thing is it can perform variety of operations, right? But these operations will depend on the software or program which is installed in your computer, right? So our definition is computer is an electronic device that can perform variety of operations according to a set of instructions called program. Clear? Now the important one is a computer can be thought of a combination of hardware and software, obviously, right? Your mobile cabinet is hardware, right? But the programs which are installed inside your mobile or inside your laptop or desktop, they are the softwares, right? Which transform some data into information, right? Which transform. So data is what? Which we input, right? And when it processed and it is available for us in a meaningful way, it is called information, right? So we will study regarding about the definition of data and information, but now the important one is computer is a combination of hardware and software, right? This one thing we need to remember. Okay students, now next one is what is hardware. Hardware is what? It refers to the physical part of computer. Physical part means the part which we can touch, right? Like keyboard, monitor, mouse, right? These are what? Hardwares. Software, it refers to the instruction that left the program what to do. That means if your program is installed in your computer or mobile, then only it will able to work, right now. So these are the instructions which tell the computer that what to do, which that tell the computer what to do. Okay, to understand the difference between hardware and software, so consider a CD. Inside CD, if songs and games are stored, so CD we can touch, so CD is what? Hardware. But songs and games we cannot touch, and the song and games on that CD is what? They are the softwares, right? And we cannot able to play songs, we will not able to play songs if proper media player is not available. So the program which is required to play songs, it is what? Software, right? So it refers to the instruction that tell the computer what to do. And to understand the difference between hardware and software, consider a CD. storing songs or games, and CD is your hardware, and song and games are your software, and the program which is required to play your song, that is also software. Okay students, now next definition is about data. Data, unprocessed raw facts and figures are data. That means simply you are having records, but they are having simple records only. Okay, so that is what unprocessed. When we processed it and it comes in a way which we want, it is called information. Just like we are having this table, and in this table we are having 3 records, right? First record occupied 98.6%, second record 93.4%, third record 97.2%. So this is what data, right? Unprocessed. But when we processed it to find that how many records are above 95%, so we find 2 students, Abhinav and Shivam, scored 95%. So we got this information after process this data. So this is what information, right? So unprocessed raw and facts and figures are data. And when your data is processed, then it is what? Meaningful information. Clear? And that is called information. Clear? So this example is here to understand. So this is what data. When this data is processed, that how many students score above 95%, so we find 2 records. So this is what? Information, right? Clear? Now next topic is functioning of computer. Okay students, so first stage, so first step is what? 2 input. We have 2 input. In second step we have your data supposed to be processed, and in third step output will be produced, right? So we are going to perform the addition of 2 values. So we have, I supposed to say we input 8 and 12. 8 and 12 is what? Data. Now it is processed to perform addition, 8 plus 12. So the result is 20. So this is what? Meaningful information. So this is data. When your data is processed, it comes in meaningful information. So this is input, this is process, and this is output. Output will be always available after process. Clear? Now, functional component of computer system. So functional components of computer systems are input, process, output, storage. So that means first you supposed to input, second one your data will be processed, third one your result will be produced, and fourth one, if your result need to store, if we want to store our result, then it will be stored where? In storage unit, right? Input, process and output and storage. So the functional component of computer system. So let's see, take a review of this, right? When you will input your data, it will directly move in processor, then it may be in main memory, then again it will be processed, then after process it may be directly output, or before output it will be stored in your secondary memory. First step, your data will be input, it will be processed, after processed it will be in main memory, right? Then main memory to processor, or processor to either direct output, or it will be stored in secondary memory. Clear? And this process and main memory section is known as central processing unit. That means CPU, right? So whatever data you will be input, it will be moved inside CPU to process, and after process what? Output. So it will be provided as output, or it may be stored in secondary memory. Secondary memory means hard disk, in which your data can be permanently stored. Clear students? Now next, What is memory? Memory is the storage brain of computer. Storage brain of computer which hold the data during processing, just like this one. When our data which was input by the user, it comes for process, then it is stored in main memory. Why it is stored in main memory? To process, right? So memory is the storage brain of computer which holds the data during processing. So here this main memory, right, which is used to store data for processing during processing time. Clear? Now next is input function. What is the use of this input function? It is responsible for providing the information in the computer, and it is performed by input unit. And which input unit? Keyboard, mouse, scanner. Basically mouse is a pointing device, but it is always considered an input unit also. Clear? So the units, the hardware which is responsible to input your data, that comes in the category of input unit. Clear? So input unit is clear. So this part is so in this one we are discussing regarding about these one, right? So input is over. Next part is processing, and for processing two things are required. Main thing which is required, that one is CPU, central processing unit, right? So when we talk about this central processing unit, then one more thing which is required to see. Okay, this one. No. Wait. So with the help of this diagram, students, we can easily, it will be easy for us to understand regarding about it. Okay, so we are studying regarding about central processing unit. Okay, so this is the diagram of central processing unit, this one. And in central processing unit there are three things. One is CU, control unit, another one is ALU, arithmetic logic unit, register, and memory. Which memory? Main memory. Clear? So ALU, what is the use of this ALU here? It is responsible for carrying out arithmetic instructions. That means if we are performing any calculation purpose thing like plus, minus, divide, multiply, power, clear, or logical. Logical means greater than, less than, greater than, equal to, less than, equal to. So these kinds of operations will be placed in ALU. ALU is responsible to process plus, minus, divide, multiply, power, or greater than or less than. Clear? Now control unit. What is the role of control unit? This unit is responsible for controlling the execution of instruction, one instruction at a time. So this is the role of control unit, just like a traffic police inspector, right? It helps to move your instructions one by one for process, right? Control unit decides what the instruction mean and directs the necessary data to be moved from memory to ALU, right? With the help of control unit, if it is required that first it is supposed to be moved, obviously first it will move inside control unit, then control unit will send your data in main memory. Main memory will send your data after the instruction of control unit, after the instructions given by control unit, that this data need to move in ALU, arithmetic logic unit, for plus, minus, divide, multiply. Then only it will go in ALU, right? Then the ALU performs the actual operation on data, the result of the storage stored in memory or a register. Then after your data is processed in ALU, it will be stored in register or in main memory, right? Clear? So first again, when you will input your data, it will go in control unit. Control unit will decide that your data will go in arithmetic logic unit or not. If your data need to go in arithmetic logic unit, then it will send your data in main memory and then main memory to ALU. Clear? The ALU performs actual operation on data. The result of the operation is stored in either main memory or register. Clear? So what is this main memory? This memory is made available to CPU to store data and instruction being processed. So when your process is going on, when your current process is going on and next process will be in wait stage, then that time that process supposed to be stored in your main memory. That means, supposed to say, if you are visiting to your doctor, right, and doctor is busy with one patient, you supposed to be sit in waiting area. Just like that, when current operation is going on and next process is in wait situation, then it is supposed to be do wait. So wait means where it is supposed to be stored temporarily. So where? Only in main memory. Clear? So memory is the main memory is the place where your data will be stored after the operation or before the operation for a few time. Clear? Okay. So once again, CPU contain how many things? Three things basically, three or four things: control unit, ALU, register, and main memory. Control unit to control your instruction, to direct your instructions, that where they supposed to go, either in ALU or direct in memory, or memory to ALU, right? Then primary memory, right, to store data and instruction being processed. Okay students, now after processing, which one is output? It is responsible for displaying the data input to computer or the processed data in human readable form and is performed by output unit. So that means when your data is input, after the processing your data, when the information will come, it will come in meaningful form. That means human readable form, which you can read, right, with the help of output device. And the output device are monitor, printer, speaker, etc. So first input, then process, then output, right? So the function of output unit is data input to computer or the process data in human readable form and is performed by output unit. Okay, now storage function. So it is responsible for storing any kind of information permanently. Which storage function? Actually they are talking about secondary storage function, not main memory. Regarding about secondary memory, this one. Okay, this one, not main memory, this one or this one, right? Why secondary memory is required? It is obvious when you want to, because main memory is a temporary storage place, right? Data is stored for few second or millisecond time only, right? Before the process or after the process. प्रोसेस होने से पहले या प्रोसेस होने के बाद कुछ ही टाइम के लिए डेटा प्राइमरी मेमोरी में स्टोर होता है, राइट? बट व्हाई सेकेंडरी मेमोरी इज रिक्वायर्ड? when you are taking your output or before taking the output, if you want to store your data permanently, so that in future if you required you can see your data, then secondary memory is required. And the examples of secondary memory are CDs, DVDs and hard disk. Okay students, right? So basically this is a CPU. Basically this is a picture or a real picture of CPU which is installed on motherboard of our computer. Clear? And inside this CPU, ALU, control unit and registers are there. Why registers are required? All data is temporarily stored in register during the execution of program, and register offer very fast memory but very limited size. Clear? Now it is very fast comparatively to main memory, but for little movement of time, and it is of very limited size. Okay, now students, our next topic is characteristic of computer. As we all know that why we are preferring computer, because of its speed. Computers are much faster as compared to human being. Modern computer can execute millions of instruction in 1 second. Understood? High storage capacity. So computer, at present our hard disk are coming in terabytes, 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte, like that. Clear? So we can store big amount of data in it. Even in pen drives we can store up to 32 GB of data or more than that. Clear? So high storage capacity, accuracy, because if your program is correct, the program which is installed in your computer, if it is correct, then it will always provide correct result, right? There will be accuracy in calculation process, right, as compared to human being. Reliability is very high, because if you will process your job again and again, your computer will not tired, because it is a machine. Clear? Versatility. Computer can perform repetitive jobs efficiently. They can work in the areas where human brain can error, right? They can work with different types of data. That means if we are going to calculate something with the help of graphics, audio or visuals, then computer can do, whereas human being cannot, because there is a limitation, right? Weakness of computer: lack of decision making power, because our computer working is depend on our software program which is installed in it, so it will work according to that. So there is a lack of decision making power. IQ 0, because if software is not there, then it will not able to work. There is 0 IQ. It will do only that which is directed in the software or program, which is written in your software or program. It will do according to that only. No heuristics. Heuristics means supposed to say, you all are students, right? If today something gone wrong by you, then next day you will keep this thing in your mind that you are not supposed to do this, right? But because as a human being we always learn from our previous experience, past experiences, but computer cannot, because it is a simple machine, right? So heuristics means learning from past experience. If a computer commits an error once and similar situation again, एक बार एरर आया और वही सिचुएशन दोबारा आएगी, तो अगेन इट विल प्रोड्यूस यू एन एरर. Okay students, now types of computer. We can categorize our computer on two methods basis. Purpose, our purpose, right? Now if my purpose is to just read study books, then I will prefer PDAs, personal digital assistant. PDA diaries बोलते हैं ना. If my purpose is to my demand is like this, that I have to carry my computer always with me on remote locations also, then I will prefer to buy laptop, not desktop. So on this way it is categorized on two methods: special purpose and general purpose. So special purpose computer is the one that is designed to perform a specific task, only a specific task, not a versatile. Like in today's time that Chromebook is coming. So what is the use of Chromebook? Just to run your internet, nothing else, na? Like your laptop, it cannot do so many things, because only specific specific programs will be installed in your computer. General purpose computer. General purpose means in which you can do different task, because different types of programs will be installed, so you can do countless works on your computer. So general purpose and special purpose. So in a special purpose there will be particular program will be installed, so you will be able to do particular work only, and general purpose means you can do variety of works on it, right? Now next, principle of operation wise means operation wise, working ability wise, right? So first one is analog. So analog means these are the analog computers, right? आप लोगों ने देखा होगा with machine factories वगैरह में इस टाइप के लगे होते हैं. So these computer types work with continuous physical quantities. Physical quantity means voltage, current and temperature. So these analog computer work with the help of voltage, current or temperature, right? Analog computer are mostly used in engineering, right, and scientific applications. Clear? So these are the analog computers. Digital computers, our laptops or desktops, they are the simple digital computers, right? And why they are termed as digital? Because in this one your information is always processed in binary numbers, zeros and one, and they are used for business and scientific purpose. Okay, clear? So the definition of digital computer is most commonly used type of computer and is used to process information with quantities using digits, usually using the binary number system 0 and 1, and they are used for business and scientific purpose. Now hybrid computer. So hybrid computers are the computers which in which both features are there. Both features means digital computer and hybrid analog computer. So hybrid computers are the computer which contain both analog and features of analog and digital computer, right? In these, some calculation takes place in analog and rest of them in digital manner. So calculation purpose analog and rest of the things will work on digital. So in hospitals basically these computer work, right? Hybrid computers. Clear? So the this one classification on the principle of operation wise, किस टाइप का वर्क करेंगे, क्लियर? ये किस पर बेस्ड था? On the principle of work, right? Now types of digital computers. Now digital computers comes in variety of ways. One is embedded computers. Embedded computers means, embedded is the term in which suppose to say your washing machine, na? In washing machine now automatic washing machines are coming, and in such washing machines sensors are there, right? Sensors means there is a, after a particular time your washing machine will stop its work automatically, right? And there is a buzzer system, like after this much of time your buzzer will start, right? So you can off your machine. And in calculators, your electronic watches, camera, that if you are taking still picture, then for a moment of time you set particular time in your camera, then after that only your picture will be your snap will be taken, right? Simple your security CCTV cameras, in all the things, and especially in robotics, right? Some there is a use of electronic chips, right? Teeny chips, right? So that is the work of embedded computer. Like now like in cars automatic system is coming, right? Now there is no use of keys, right? Only on sensor basis it is working. So it is a use of tiny chips. So whatever appliances are there, if in those all the appliances, if tiny chips are working in the form of computer, then they are comes in the category of embedded computers, right? Now, microcomputer. These are also known as personal computer, which we are using at our home. The microcomputer, they are small in size, obviously, right? They are highly flexible, means we can do lot of the things on it, business purpose work or graphic purpose work, any other. These are based on microprocessor. Right now in these computers we basically use what? Microprocessor, right? And microprocessor are what? These are the silicon chip containing the important circuitry to perform operations, huh? And company which are producing these computer, IBM, Dell, Sony, right, Lenovo, HP, Apple, right? So our computers which we are using at home, they all are comes in the category of microcomputers, right? So mini computers compared to microcomputers, these are highly eligible. Actually, these are the mid-range servers, nothing else. So mini computers are basically mid-range servers which are powerful, more and more powerful than microcomputers, but less than mainframe, right? So compared to mainframe, these are mid-range computers, small in size, more compact and less expensive compared to mainframe, but highly than micro. They are designed for computerization of data, right? Scientific research, industrial process, data collection, telephone switches. So mini computer are used, and with one mini computer, approx 200 users can be connected and 200 users can work on it at a time, right? But its processing is not great than mainframe or super, right? So these are the mini computer. These are work as a server, mid-range server, and they are more powerful than micro but less powerful than mainframe. So the examples of mini computer: IBM System 3, Honeywell 200, TI 990. Now mainframe computer can store huge amount of data. They are large in size and memory, power and expensive. Obviously expensive तो होते ही हैं. These machines are capable to different operating system on the same time, right? And support time sharing, virtual memory, universities, banking, institutions. These are the places where these kind of computers are involved in working, right? So these are basically the big servers, nothing else. Clear? Okay. And the examples are IBM Z series, System Z9, System Z10 servers. So these are the highly capable servers, and sizes are also big than mini computers, right? Supercomputer, with the name you know, supercomputer, powerful computer which is work to solve highly mathematical calculations, scientific problem, weather forecasting and research purpose. Right now, if you heard, then at today's time Indian scientists are trying to do research on corona disease with the help of supercomputers, right? So these are the room size, basically highly equipped computers. And the first one supercomputer was CDC 6600, right? And in India, our first was Param Yuva, then Tata CRL Yuva. Okay, so in this was regarding about the some basics of computer. So this category belongs to types of digital computer. Okay, students, and this one category belongs to according to the working principle, right? Analog, hybrid and digital. Okay, and this one diagram belongs to components of CPU. If in exam it will come, you supposed to draw this components of CPU. Okay, and this one belongs to structure of a computer. You supposed to draw this. If components of CPU will come, you supposed to draw this, and if structure of computer will come, then you supposed to draw this. Okay, I will send notes also, and you all supposed to note down these all in your fair copies. Okay, and you all supposed to learn also. Clear? Okay students, so I will send you this video tutorial. Please read it again and again and just note down all these terms in your fair copies. Okay. Thank you. All the best. Okay, complete all notes in copy. Okay, and learn.